Hello everyone and welcome back to more Mini Motorways. Today we're heading into Dubai to continue our expert mode playthrough. We haven't actually done one of these in, I think, over 2 weeks, so I'm pretty excited to get back into it. As usual, we have basically no scores under 500, big huge spike at 500, and then it sort of teeters off after 1500. I think we're going to try and go for a score somewhere between 2 and 5k, or not 2 and 5k, 2 and 2500. There we go. Something sort of in line with our general expert mode scores. We didn't do very well on Rio last time, but I think maybe we'll do better after taking a break. We'll see. I'm gonna let this sit for a minute and see if we get any slightly better yellow houses. I'm not certain that we will. We can do something like this and sort of do something around this way, but I don't immediately love this just because we are blocking off a large section of this river. That's okay. I don't immediately love that either. We can do these greens sort of coming over the yellow and then do the yellows sort of bridging across with something like this. But I really don't love the idea of not being able to put in any sort of traffic management system here. I think this might be slightly better. With Dubai, I think we're going to probably have to prioritize bridges over roundabouts, especially with two businesses starting both across the river with their populations, which is a little unfortunate, but it's okay. Tis the challenge of expert mode. It's just how it goes sometimes. I'm hoping that our yellow population expands some this way just a little bit. So we can't get any houses for yellow here next to our green business. Just city planning rules, I guess. But we can potentially get them towards this way. I'm wondering if I should run this gray just straight across instead of going down by one. Considering doing this so that we could get more houses here, especially with this about to level up. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Hopefully we will get more yellow houses here or more gray houses here. Either way, that will help us out significantly. We'll go ahead and grab a motorway. I'm just really hoping we don't get any crazy business spawns where the business happens to spawn directly next to the road where it cannot be separated at all. That is usually our downfall on these expert mode maps. That? Okay, I don't love it because it's like immediately prompting us to separate our yellow population. But we did just get this yellow population down here, which we could potentially just run up like that. Or even like run around and then maybe do a roundabout or something here so we can run it in. We have options here, which I'm actually kind of liking. This is not going super, super terribly. We've certainly had worse starts to our expert mode runs, that is for sure. I'm just gonna stretch this road out just a couple of tiles to hopefully make sure that blue doesn't block itself in here. I'd prefer to give this yellow population as much space to spawn as possible, because I have a feeling we're going to be running these yellows down and around and up and into here at some point. Getting more green up here as well is very nice. I'm very happy about that. We are at Sunday again. That was a really, really quick week. I'm going to grab another bridge, just because we've already used 3 of them and have a spot to use a 4th. I have a feeling we're going to be hurting for bridges, especially in the late game. But I would like to pick up one roundabout. potentially. That green is not bad, but I also don't love it. It would be better if it had spawned like 30 seconds ago and we could have run this blue bridge around these two greens and then sent these greens around, but I think what we're probably just gonna have to do is something like this. Nothing too crazy, but it'll get this some extra green while using the least amount of space possible, I think. Also just do something like this. That might be slightly better. That can go in that way, that can go in that way, and then I think we're probably good. And then if this level 2 green needs more help, we can do something like this. Or if this level 1 green needs help, we can do this. We have options, and that's the important part. I kind of love that yellow. I do wish it had spawned just a little farther away, so we could have some extra room for blue to spawn in here. But I kind of love it. It's super close. It's not, like, in the way of anything. Besides the blue, I'm kind of here for it. Hopefully we'll get blue on the inside of this and yellow on the outside. I don't love that white. That white is probably going to be our first motorway. Especially considering that this gray is now cutting across it with this intersection, and I don't think that it will take this path if we ask it to. So we're going to be prioritizing efficiency for both of these businesses now. I'm gonna do just a simple road like this and just motorway that across. We could potentially run it all the way down and then all the way around, but I don't think it's worth that. I think just motorwaying it across is probably the smarter move here. I quite like that gray, actually, because what we can do is we can take these two grays and thread them down and under this white. So hopefully these grays will get used by this over these grays. And that way, this level 2 gray won't have to deal with any of the traffic from the white business, and vice versa. I think I am going to pick up yet another bridge. We'll get as many bridges and as many motorways as possible. And I think I might sacrifice like one bridge to get one roundabout. Maybe we'll grab traffic lights instead. That might be slightly better. I do think if this yellow ever starts to struggle, this yellow business, we could turn this gray so it goes this way and then heads on this road instead. And that might help slightly. But for now, it's not struggling. It's not a huge deal. I'm just going to go ahead and path this across because this is super close and actually a really good bridge, I think. This gray is struggling just slightly. It's using both of these populations. I might just run it through there. Something like this. That gray is not super useful. I don't love it. Our blue just leveled up. Okay. The blue leveling up makes getting more blue population down here a significantly higher priority. We will see if the game decides to give us what we wish for. My sources say no. Especially with an extra business that we now have to provide for. Okay. I'm gonna wait and see if we get any more blue anywhere else. I'm kind of hoping, but I don't think we're going to get what we want. Oh, that yellow is actually really good. Okay. Maybe the game doesn't hate us quite as much as I thought it did. I don't think we're gonna get any blue anywhere else, so I'm just gonna go ahead and motorway this across. Just do something like that. I think I will grab one roundabout and use it right here to connect these yellows and these blues. Because I have a feeling that this is probably going to be a permanent motorway. I can't get rid of that road anymore. Yeah, I think I'm just going to make this a permanent motorway. We will grab one roundabout and it will go right here in between these yellows and these blues, just so that this can get a little bit of extra population, and that'll work out if we get yellow on this side of these blues as well. This yellow can go up there. We're getting more white up here. It's not super necessary, but this gray house down here is actually really good. This yellow is still doing pretty well. That white is good. Now we can take these and run them down with something like this. Ah, I don't love that yet. That blue. I really don't love that blue. Okay. That blue is pretty bad as well. We can do something like this to get this blue population, and that wouldn't be bad if we could just move this motorway down here and then do like a little T intersection. But because it's right there in the entrance of the business, it's probably going to become a problem, and I don't love it. Could also flip these two greens back this way and send green this way. Last weekly choice. Traffic lights or a motorway. I think I'm gonna take the traffic lights. Maybe I'm insane, but I think we need a set right here, and I wish I could put one right here, but I can't. Such is life. We'll do something like this, and something like this for these greens. I'm probably gonna regret picking that motorway, or picking traffic lights over the motorway, but such is life. We'll see how it goes. One right there. This green seems to be doing okay now. Maybe we should put traffic lights here instead, because look at all of this craziness in here. I am kind of glad that we picked up that roundabout. I have a feeling this blue is going to start struggling here eventually. But I am a little afraid I'm going to regret not getting some extra bridges, especially with this green just spawning in now. This blue just leveled up. That blue spawn is a little awkward. Week 9, from here on out we just get road tiles, so the struggle is going to start getting real. I think I'm just gonna send these greens across with our last bridge. Something like that. If it needs a little extra help, we can do something like this. But we're gonna have to really start rationing these greens over here. Especially with this double destination. I'm hoping we get some more green here. But I'm not sure if we'll get that lucky. We'll see. Getting more blue over here, which is not super useful. I don't love it. That green's pretty good, actually. We can do something like this. Thread it between the blues. We can also send some of this extra blue up and in if we need to. That gray is devastating. Actually devastating. I'm gonna wait and see if we get anything we might be able to use. I don't think we will. Ugh. Okay. Well, the question is, which gray population do we want to send? I think I'm going to pick... It may sound crazy, but I think I'm going to pick these two grays. And the reason is, I have a feeling we're going to get another business up here, and I feel like it's usually a blue business. And if we put a motorway here, we have easy access to both of these this little population of blues, as well as this population of blues. So I'm gonna throw the motorway somewhere in here. Hopefully this second business spawns a blue. If it spawns as a yellow, that's manageable. With this population. And if it spawns as a white, we can take from this motorway here, which will be kind of a heck of a distance, but it's manageable. If it spawns as a green, that's probably the worst. Because the only super close green we have is this one. But I still feel like that's probably more manageable than anything else. So hopefully we'll be okay. Our blues are really struggling here. I wish we had some extra blue. Ugh. Our level 2 blue is starving out our level 1 blue. That's what's happening here. We can do something crazy like this with this weird janky turn, but I don't love that. We can also connect to these blues in, but I fear that might be worse. I don't know. We'll see. Look at all of this blue in here. It's completely, like, trapped in this little area. I don't love it. But here we are. We'll see how it goes. This white is also not super useful. Right, there's this. Everything seems to be doing okay. We're actually doing pretty well. We just hit 1600. I'm not going to complain too much. This white is actually super useful. If we happen to get white up here, we can sort of run this around this gray and down and under. And then in, potentially. We'd have to, like, pathfind around these blues, but we have options with this white spawning here. It's a little, funky, but I think it's doable. I did just realize both of these whites are struggling significantly, and I've just been ignoring them for, like, half of this run. So let's address that before we inevitably lose. We'll do something like this. That should hopefully be enough. I don't know. We'll see. If it's not, we can turn some extra cars on this way. Turn some on like that. Ooh. This blue is beautiful. We can send it down this way and into the double destination, or we can send it this way and into this one. I think I'm sending it this way into the double destination. I think that's slightly better. I don't know. The influx of cars might crash this one out. I'll get this white in there as well. Any more gray here? This gray just leveled up, which is very scary. This white is still struggling. Noted. Why are yellows? Hold on. We have yellows on this path, and I'm not sure where they're going. They're going down here. Oh, that's awful. Okay. So, this set of yellows is going all the way up this road, across this, down here. It's going to go through the double destination, back up onto this motorway, all the way across the blue houses, over here, up here through this gray and yellow neighborhood, down here through the roundabout, and then into this yellow business. That is awful. That is the most despicable pathfinding I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Holy crap. Okay. We're not gonna allow that to happen. We're gonna do this, which is going to be abysmal for traffic at the beginning of this intersection, but I would significantly rather, if these have to be connected, I would significantly rather just a little bit of intersection traffic here over whatever that was. That was horrible. Hopefully we will get enough white houses that won't kill us. But to be honest, it's not looking good. It's not looking that great. I'm thinking maybe we should turn this white into here as well. Maybe even turn this blue off just to get the extra cars off the road just for a few minutes. I'm wondering if we can get this white into here while like putting the least amount of stress as possible onto our gray business. I think the way we can do it is by running these grays up and in with something like this. Though I don't know if they'll take this path well. But then these two whites can go down and then into like here. And they're not actually intersecting any gray except for these over here that aren't even getting used. I think that's okay. Hopefully. I don't know. I might connect these in just to get an influx of white for now, because I think this is struggling quite a bit. I might even do this as well. Okay, we appear to have enough white population now. It's entirely dependent on if this can survive the traffic. And it has. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna get rid of this road just so that hopefully this traffic doesn't get too crazy. We'll see if it does. This yellow is struggling. I was right. We got blue up here. Okay. I'm not super excited about that because our blue is also not happy, but it's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna do this to put the least amount of traffic through this double destination as possible. And we're just gonna get some blues onto this and hope it works out. I think we can do this way, and that's slightly better than grabbing from here. I think these ones are technically closer. We'll do that. And that should be fine. We can also do this. But I'm not sure if I want to take from our double destination up here. Or, sorry, not our double destination. Our level 2 destination. It's not really struggling. But, ooh, our grays are, though. I think gray is surging. Oh yeah, gray is definitely surging. Can we get our gray? Ooh, I think green is also surging, because this green is struggling now. Can we get our greens and our grays any help whatsoever? Not in any way that's efficient, I don't think. We can take, I think, these three and put them on a separate road and, like, worm them through here and then into this and then run this guy that way. And then take 2 or 3 of these guys and run them up like this. And I think that works. Hopefully. I think that works. This yellow is still doing okay. It's not great. This gray is still doing okay. I'm mostly just worried about this green. We can also connect this yellow in with something like that. We're starting to sacrifice traffic efficiency for just getting more cars, which isn't the best, but sometimes you do what you gotta. I think I'll also do this, which I don't love, but if we want to turn it off, we can turn it this way, and that will work fine. We can do something like this for this gray as well. Just to get some more gray up and into here with something like this. We can also potentially do something like this. Our blue isn't struggling too much. This one up here is, but these guys aren't. So I'm not super worried about them. I'm just trying to get some more gray onto this side of the map. And I'm not sure if what I have is going to be enough, but we also don't really have all that much left to give. So we're gonna work with what we've got. I might even do something like this and just see if these houses up here get used. Oh yeah, they're getting used. They're absolutely getting used. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Look at this gray. Oh. I think my monitor is actually lagging from the amount of cars that it's like having to deal with traveling across its screen right now. We'll do something like this. This gray doesn't seem to be struggling, but this gray definitely is, and this gray definitely is. We could turn... I don't know. We could turn these grays this way and have them go through our green, but I really don't want to put any more traffic on this intersection or this intersection. Hey. Such is life, I suppose. We need the gray cars or else we're gonna die either way, so I guess that's what we're doing. We can do something like this. Are there any grays anywhere that aren't connected in? I don't think so. I think we've connected them all in. They might not all be connected in the most efficient manner, but they're definitely all connected. I don't know. This is probably going to be what kills us. This crazy intersection right here. Might be gray. This gray. Or it might be this white with this crazy intersection. What is green doing up here? What the heck? We have a green car. Where is it going? Where did it come from? Oh no. Okay, I think it's this greenhouse has sent a green up across this motorway. It's gonna come into here, through this intersection, through this double destination, up here, into this motorway, across it, through the entire blue population, up and into here, past this, through this roundabout, and then down, and then into here. Is that right? No, because then it could have just taken this? Oh wait, no, that's not connected. I think that's right. I think it's going into here. I don't think it matters. I think this gray is probably going to be the killer. Or maybe this white. Look at all of this traffic. Oh. That's okay. 2700 is really good for us on expert mode, I think. I feel like normally 2500 is a struggle, but that was really, really good. We did not get, I think, any really, really terrible businesses spawning on roads that couldn't be deleted. I think the only, like, super bad one we got was probably this white spawning on this gray road, but even that we were able to manage pretty well. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Maybe we should have taken the extra motorway over the traffic lights. We probably could have motorway blue up here, but to be honest, I think we did really well. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Let's see how we placed. Hoping for something pretty good. Top 3%. Let's go. We're 208th. All right. I'm not going to complain about that in the slightest. That is a stark improvement from our Rio attempt. So I am very happy with that. Anyway, that was our Dubai expert mode playthrough. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever you're feeling, whatever makes you happy, and I will see you in the next one.